But Sean, this weekend was so busy for me. Yes. Okay, so I did the book fest. Book fest is always great. I'm so shocked not many people come to it. Of course, I should say Whataburger, or is it Waterburger?
What's
But do people pronounce it here Whataburger or Whataburger?
Kinda, yes.
Yeah.
Water burger.
They were there giving out free coupons, so I brought some coupons in today. But I had a chance to escort some great authors. And one guy has a podcast, which I don't understand how to do the podcast, but I'm going to see if I can listen to his thing. And then put down plants in the yard, although it was 92 degrees. So we're going to have patience in our pockets today. Take it out as needed and share it with others if you see that they need it. So everyone, please confer and be kind to each other. But Sean, you know what song is in my head today? Elton John, I'm Still Standing.
Judge, can I approach?
Yes.
I have Joanna Reyes with me, but she's present.
All right, thank you. Joanna Reyes? Okay, on this case, what is happening? Jury trial, correct?
She's entered into and she needs to be reset and until after the verdict.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Now I remember. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to reset you for May 5th. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I don't think defense is here at the moment on. It's using Mal County. I'm Frank Torres. I'm representing the state from TIC. It's a sentencing. I believe defense is asking for a reset. I'm across the hall in trial.
Sure.
So I will do my best to pop over when the court needs me to be available. Just to let you know, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And where is he, Norma?
He's in jail. I have allotted to order him so you can. Torres is out here, Your Honor.
Oh, Torres is here. So where is his attorney?
He's in Comal County. I left you the paperwork. Speaking to jury in Comal County.
Sorry.
Frank Torres. I'll come down. So what are they trying in this other county?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to send an email to your attorney to see when he's going to be finished with your trial so we can get you sentenced, okay?
Today?
It's not going to happen. Well, let me see. I don't know if your attorney has witnesses. Sometimes when attorneys are in trials and other cases, they really don't want to focus on, this case because they're trying to focus 100% on their other client. But I'm going to send your attorney an email and I'm going to find out when he believes he will be available. And then I will get you your setting date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. We'll try to do it as soon as possible.
Because I know, yeah, because today he was just, I was waiting for my PSI and I was told it was already state today, right?
I'm
I
sorry.
was waiting for a PSI. I did the PSI and this is just gonna be the early, this was the.
Oh, well, I will tell you, probation, the PSI has been completed. Oh, the PSI has been completed. So your attorney, when they meet with you, more likely than not, they'll go over the PSI with you. And then if he has witnesses or anything he wants to present to court, he'll do it at that time.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you just have him wait in the box, I'm going to see what's a great time
Thank you.
for recall. All right, State, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Frank Torres is going to be recalled. And you say that Wednesdays work best for you?
I anticipate Wednesday mornings would be best for the state, Your Honor, with the trial schedule because Judge Runhill usually does docket in the mornings.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, this is going to be recalled for April 23rd.
Yes.
Sir, we'll bring you back on April 23rd. But Sean Torres is for April 23rd.
Thank you, Judge.
What are we here for on Hitnick?
Judge, it's a, compliant probation hearing, Judge.
Okay. All right. So they're at, and counsel, you're on this side. So they're asking for an extension for the payment of fees, correct?
That is correct, Judge. Mr. Hignett has finished all of his conditions of probation. He reports as he should. No other indications other than his very, very, very first UA that anything was going on. Everything after that was negative. The fees do not have any restitution ordered or anything like that, Judge.
All right. When can you give the $500 towards your fees?
I don't have the money, Your Honor. I haven't been able to work in 4 years. I had a heart attack prior to this DWI, and I've been unable to work since. I was having chest pains every time I tried to do something. The doctors ran tests, CTs, scans, x-rays, echocardiograms, everything, told me I was fine. And so finally, after 4 years, they finally put me back on the cath lab and found out that one of the stents they put in collapsed. So they put another stent inside that one. Now I'm going through cardiac rehab, and they're telling me it's going to be approximately 3 to 4 months, but that's normally for somebody that just comes out of a heart attack, not for somebody that hasn't been sitting around for 4 years.
All right. So this is what I'm telling you. It says here that you owe $1,363. Every time I extend you, what ends up happening is you're not allowed to get off of probation early because it's a DWI. So I'm giving you a break, $500, and we'll call it a day, because some fees have to be paid towards probation because that's how probation officers are paid. So when do you think that you will be able to pay at least $500? And I'm giving you a discount. That's even less than half.
I can ask my mom if she'll give me the money. I mean, I don't have the money.
I mean, don't people receive income tax? If you're on Social Security, you don't have to pay any taxes. You get whatever they've taken.
Yes, Judge. May
Yes.
I? He has provided documentation of his SSI, and he has provided all of his bills and everything. It does appear from his financial analysis that we've conducted that he is under a financial hardship. Just wanted the court to know that.
Okay.
I get $755 a month, and that goes towards every bill that we have, which we just been living out the credit cards, and they're coming after us now. We've already got 3 lawsuits on that for not being able to pay them, and there's going to be more because I don't have money to pay them. I mean, I can, like I said, the only thing I can do is try to ask my mom, see if she'll give me the money. I don't have the money, and I don't foresee anytime soon that I personally will have it myself.
You
Since
want
I
to
can't
talk
work.
to your client?
Let me talk to him briefly, Judge.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
You
Hello.
can reapproach whenever the court's ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
Mr. Hennick believes that if the court gives him a 30-day extension, he's confident he can come up with $500.
Okay. So once you pay that, then I will allow you to terminate. Okay. But, and I will tell you, I understand the hardships that people go through. You know, I have relatives who have the same hardships as you do. But people think that the fees, you know, where do they go, right? When people say, this is your court cost, this is your fine. But what I can tell you is that the fees, it goes to probation. It pays their salaries for them to check on people, for them to do all of that. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is, but other than that, they tell me you've been doing great on probation. I tell you what, I'll set it for May 27th. And if it's paid by then, of course, You won't terminate until May 27th, but they'll send me a termination form on that day. Okay?
Okay, will I need to come back to court or is it just?
No, once you paid the $500, you will be done. Well, done with as far as having to come back to court, but you won't be off of probation till May 27th. And of course, you'll have to keep abiding by the conditions of probation, okay? And on May 27th, if you paid everything, just make sure you don't fall back into old habits, all right? All right, so Ms. Abrams, he's going to be extended to May 27th, and he'll pay the $500. All right, thank you.
Thank you,
And
Judge.
thank you. You always dress appropriate for court. I appreciate it.
I tried to put my jacket on, but it's too small for me. I couldn't even get my arms like
Let me
this.
just
So,
tell you, you're dressed appropriately. Thank you so much.
thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
All
you.
right. All right, Patrick Michael Cuellar. All right, so on this case, today's plea deadline date.
And Judge, I believe this one is just. Mr. Guerin has tendered an offer, Judge, and I admittedly have yet to go over it with Mr. Cuellar. So I'd like, one, some time to do that, but two, I don't know that the court made notes. He has a federal case that I believe stemming from similar incidents that Mr. McCrum is representing him on. They have a pretrial conference date in June. I'm not asking for a reset to that date, but at least wanted to discuss his plea options to come back and let the court know what our intention is. And I would like to talk to Mr. McCrum so we can all kind of create a global game plan for Mr. Cuellar.
All right. All right, Norma, recall this for April 24th. That's your final plea deadline date.
24th?
Yes. No further extensions. All right, thank you. And was there a plea on only one case or two? All right.
Okay.
All right. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 4764 and 2024 CR 4765, State versus Luis Martinez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ashley Jones.
Blood written there for the defense.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. In each cause number, you entered a plea. And cause number 2024 CR 4764 to the offense of aggravated sexual assault of a child, you entered a plea of no contest. And cause number 2024 CR 4765, you entered a plea of no contest. PSI was ordered. Have both parties reviewed the PSI?
Yes,
We have, and I've reviewed with Mr. Martinez.
Any objections to the PSI from either side?
not from the state, Your Honor.
No objections, Your
All
Honor.
right. And cause number 2024 CR 4764, according to your agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 15 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, no applications. The cases are to run concurrent, and you're to comply with chapter 62. And cause number 2024 CR 4765, according to your plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. Run concurrent with the other case, and you're to register. All right, are there any witnesses from either side?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Not from the defense, Judge.
All right, the court will hear argument. State.
Yes, Your Honor. The court, which is the state, would like the court to consider the fact that the defendant took advantage of the most vulnerable of victims in our society, not only due to their age, but also to their broken home and their living situation. They put their trust in their defendant when they lived with them, and the state would like the court to consider that this defendant took that trust and violated their bodies for years, which will follow them for the rest of their life. And the defendant's apologies, while welcome, do nothing to alleviate the egregiousness of these offenses. And it's the state's position that the only thing that the victims would want is to see the defendant in prison for the cap of the 15 years, and that is what the state is asking.
Yes.
Your Honor, you've read the PSI.
Mhm.
He expresses here, he has asked me to express his apologies to the victims. He knows he has no words to properly express how sorry he is in this case. He did wrong. He understands that. He understands he's gonna get punished. He accepts that as well. But his background, as the courts noted, he did not have a great life. He has a high school graduation degree, but he can't read or write. That obviously was never fixed. Court will recall that he suffered significant abuse, physical, mental, and sexual, from his stepfather from age 10.
Mhm.
Was forced to watch his sister get raped. Never got any help for that. He suffers serious mental issues, panic disorder, anxiety disorder, paranoia, bipolar, sex abuse, substance abuse since 13, when his father would beat him if he didn't drink.
Mhm.
That's not an excuse, but that is somewhat of an explanation for where he is. He has obviously been in jail for a while, thought about this. He does want to learn to read and write, hopefully. Therapeutic community, I think, would be appropriate here in this case. Training, so that he can do something productive. He's lived an isolated life. He needs to learn to socialize better. There are some things that thinks he can do in TDC. Although that is punishment, he understands that. All we're asking judges is a fair and just punishment within the range.
All right. So I still, it always amazes me that people just trust their children with anyone and let them sleep in beds with grown men when they're children. And I guess people don't bathe their children, their own children anymore, or have conversations with their children to find out what's going on in their household. So I want you to know, Mr. Martinez, I understand what your counsel is saying. I've internalized what he's saying. And I understand that some people have worse childhoods than others. Some people have gone through a lot. But at the same time, at some point in time, your choices become your own choices. And even though you've had this rough childhood and you've witnessed things and you've gone through your trauma, you shouldn't be visiting that trauma upon others, especially children. All right, this is what the court is going to do. And cause number 2024 CR 4765. As previously stated, the court has found you guilty. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 4764. There's to be no contact with the complainants or the complainant's family. And there's to be Chapter 62 registration. And cause number 2024 CR 4764. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 15 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 4765. There's to be Chapter 62 compliance. And there's to be no contact with the complainant or the complainant's family. All right, and I want to tell you, one of the reasons why I followed your plea bargain agreement was because of your past trauma. But your past trauma does not excuse you. You understand? All right, good luck to you. Alex Avila.
Avila.
Thank you, Deputy Laura. Hello. So where are we on discovery?
We're picking up the final discovery on a hard drive today, Your Honor. We also got tendered an offer. Mr. Avila is also a non-citizen, so we'll be working with the PDO office to get a Padilla advisal as well.
All right, the issue with the immigration, that needs to be completed no later than May 29th. What I can tell you, your charge of aggravated robbery, if you plead to an aggravated robbery, you're getting deported. If you go to jury trial and you're found guilty of aggravated robbery, you're getting deported. But an immigration attorney will advise you. So your plea deadline date is going to be May 29th. All right,
Got
thank
it.
you.
Thank you, and it's nice to meet you. First
Oh,
time in
you
your court.
too. Hi.
Thanks.
So how's it going?
It's good.
All right.
Just trying to
Welcome.
learn the layout.
Okay, come
Thank you,
down
Judge.
anytime.
Appreciate it. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Nicole Villarreal. Hello. Hi. All right, so where are we on
This is our
discovery?
first setting.
Okay,
I believe I have all the discovery. I have an offer today. I need time to discuss. This is an old case, but she was only recently arrested. But I need time to sit down and talk with her about all.
all right. How old are you?
I'm 38.
38? All right, we're gonna bring you back on April 25th. I'm sorry, April 24th for your plea deadline date. All right, thank you. All right, court is calling 2018 CR 5502 and 2022 CR 5998. State versus Jaylen Collins. Can I have parties announced for the record? State.
Judge Amir Memori, for Mr. Collins, it's 5993, I believe.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2022 CR 5993.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and are you Mr. Collins?
I'm there, problem.
All right, you'll need to make sure you speak up so that the court reporter can hear. Did you review the documents entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jaylen Michael Collins who was placed on community supervision in 2018 CR 5502 for the offense of deadly conduct discharging a firearm on April 19, 2023 for a term of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you not sure? Does he knows what's going on?
Yes, Your Honor.
I just remember, that was, this was handled in June, June, September 20th.
All right, so it's saying here that you were placed on probation on April 19, 2023 for 8 years. Do you remember being placed on probation?
Yes.
Do you remember that being for deadly conduct discharge of a firearm?
Yes.
Do you remember that being in cause number 2018 CR 5502?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you remember being placed on probation on April 19, 2023 for 8 years for possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, 4,200 grams?
Yes, ma'am.
And cause number 2022 CR 5993?
Yes.
All right, so let me ask you this. Do you understand what's going on here?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so if you've worked out an agreement with the state with the state, I don't have to follow that agreement because your contract is with the court. Do you understand? So you're pleading of true, I can send you to prison. Do you understand? So do you understand the violation that was read by the state's attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you pleading true to that or not true? All right, I'll let you all
True.
sit down so you, no. I'm gonna let you sit down so you can discuss things with the attorney, so I can know that you are intelligently, voluntarily, and knowingly entering into your pleas are true or not true. So I'll let you do that with your attorney. All right. Luis Martinez,
Judge, maybe excuse, I need to run this one. I'll be back.
Oh, if you'll just talk to him because we're gonna have a jury coming in and I'll take you right up. All right, we're back on the record in 2022 CR 5993 and 2018 CR 5502 State versus Jaylen Collins. And State, I believe you were reading the violations in cause number 2018 CR 5502. If you could read the violation, please.
In Bear County, Texas, the defendant Jaylen Michael Collins did then and there fail to attend and provide verification of social support / Alcoholics Anonymous / Narcotics Anonymous meetings for the month of January 2025 as directed in violation of condition number 18.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. State waives the remaining violation allegation
No objections.
and shall I
Just one
proceed?
second. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 18. Just one second. All right, let's go off the record. Was he previously revoked?
Judge,
Because I show that he's on deferred. Now I see on,
Judge Angelini adjudicated him from deferred on both cases.
all right, and did he make his underlying 8 years in each case? Oh, yes, he did. All right, we're back on the record. So did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 18, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 8 years in the prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 18?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 18 true. Let's move on to cause number 2022 CR 5998. State what allegation are you proceeding on?
In Bear County, Texas, the defendant Jaylen Michael Collins did then and there fail to attend and provide verification of sober support / Alcoholics Anonymous / Narcotics Anonymous meetings for the month of January 2025 as directed in violation of condition number 15.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
Judge, on that case, it was 5993, not.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Just want to make
Thank
sure
you.
that it's clear.
So it's 2022 CR 5993. All right, to the violation of condition number 15, how do you plead, true or not true? State.
Waives the remaining violation allegations, Judge.
No objections.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 15, court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 8 years in the prison? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 15?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 15 true. Is there proposed agreement?
There is not an agreement.
State, what are you requesting?
Amend conditions for SATIC followed by aftercare, more recognition therapy, weekly reporting for 90 days, twice weekly DUAs for 90 days after completion of aftercare, enrollment in Project Quest, and residence in a sober living facility for a minimum of 1 year.
All right, and defense, what are you asking for?
Judge, Mr. Collins would like to address the court on a couple of issues, Judge.
Sure, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Nicole Collins. And
Well,
Nicole Collins.
all right. So why are you not doing your sober support meetings?
I was doing my sober support meetings, ma'am.
Did you provide proof?
I did not provide proof, ma'am. I had gotten robbed from my paperwork. I had gotten robbed from my paperwork and my phone. That is also why I was able to get the hotline. I was homeless at the time of these all this was happening when I first got out. And
Well, no, I mean, you've been on probation and I gave you deferred. And then there's a motion to revoke your probation. So this is is this his second motion to revoke or third motion to revoke?
Second, Judge.
All right, this is your second motion to revoke. And all of it is about you doing drug testing. It doesn't appear to the court that you are appropriate for probation.
I was still submitting drug tests for my probation officer after that, and I was passing my drug tests.
Is this true?
Judge, I don't have any indication. The last drug test we have is March, well, that was a no-show. The last negative was January.
Yes.
In January, I was reporting, and I was still taking my drug tests. The hotline, my phone, and my paperwork had gotten stolen multiple times,
Mhm.
and that is why I didn't report to the hotline. I talked to my probation officer about this. We communicated about this, and also me having trying to get myself back on my feet at the time, and
Mhm.
having to report to the hotline and take a drug test, a drug test every week plus a random drug test. A job is really difficult that's gonna carry those stipulations off for a random drug test is very hard to keep. I would also like to say, man, that I'm hoping community because I have a 5-month-old son and a 5-year-old daughter that
I don't know why people don't think about these things when they're picking up cases that they have children to support. Because you say your child is 5 and what else?
5-year-old daughter and a 5-month-old son.
All right, so 5 years old. And that means that you were placed on probation in 2023, correct?
Yes,
So if you do the math and you have a 5-year-old, that means that 5-year-old was in the world when you committed these offenses.
yes.
Okay. So why were you not thinking about your 5-year-old at that time when you were committing these offenses?
I was, that's,
That's what people do. People tend to come in and want to use their children as sympathy points when they were in the real world. I'm sure their children did not see them for birthdays. They were not taking their children to the parks, taking to them to school and reading books. They were committing offenses. And now when it's probation time, that's when people want to bring their children out. It's similar to when people have done nothing to support their child through their school years, but the next time when their child walks across stage, they want to tell everybody and their mother, that's my baby. Or when you see all of these celebrities who they say their father was never in their life, or either you see these people who are now basketball stars making millions of dollars. Here comes the no account father, no account mother who wants to say, that's my baby. I've always been there for them. And the child wouldn't even be able to pick them out of a lineup. And so now you're coming to me for sympathy because you have a 5-year-old and a 3-month-old. And I don't even 3-month-old, that means that in your situation where you're struggling, you decided to bring another child in this world that you cannot financially support and you don't have your life together. You did that. And are these children have the same mother?
Yeah.
All right. So she knew what she was doing. I don't understand it, but that's where we are. I don't think you're appropriate for probation. I'm not going to continue on probation. So does anybody want to speak to sentence? I'm going to revoke him in each cause number.
Judge, we would ask the court to minimize the prison time.
All right, this is what the court will do. In each cause number, the court is going to revoke. State, what are you asking for time?
8 years, Judge.
You go from 8 years to wanting him to be continued on probation? I mean, well, these are questions I'm asking. I'm just wondering what the thought process is because y'all say you want him to be continued on probation. I'm saying it's not appropriate. And now we're at 8 years. All right, why are we at 8 years?
That is his underlying sentence, and since Mr. Collins does not seem to be motivated to solve whatever problems that he has, the underlying sentence seems appropriate given the circumstances.
All right, in each cause number, the court is going to sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. The court will recommend the therapeutic community. And let me see if there's any restitution. All right, and both cause numbers will run concurrently. We can go off the record. Here's the thing with regards to the therapeutic community. You're gonna have to request it. I have no jurisdiction over them to force you into the program. But you do have a drug problem. It's clear to the court that you have a drug problem. I've tried to help you solve that. You didn't take advantage of it. Once you're released from prison, if you cannot find a place to help you maintain your sobriety, come back here. If I'm still here, I'll pick up the phone, call the place that can help you. You understand? All right, good luck to you. Yes.
What's it called? I was gonna ask, ma'am, did you say I give my back time too?
Yes, you'll get credit for any time that you've served.
Thank
You're welcome.
Maybe excuse Judge. Maybe-
Yes,
Thank you. Judge.
yes. Who's who on Erly? Ramirez-Hernandez? All right, come down, please. Come down. Who is Hernandez? All right, so where are we on discovery?
We received discovery, Judge, and we also received an offer. This is our first setting, so I'd like to reset it to talk to the family, and he needs to consult with the family as well.
All right, how old are you? How old are you?
He's 18, Judge. He doesn't speak English.
Oh, okay. Well, you know the rules. Somebody bring an interpreter down.
All right.
Thank you. All right. So counsel, Is your client a citizen?
No, ma'am.
Are you going to need an immigration attorney?
Perhaps, Judge.
Not perhaps, either you do or you don't. Is he appointed?
I'm appointed, yes.
All right, so do you need an immigration attorney?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this, I need an immigration attorney, stat.
Send the Mackie, they have to decide.
Now, see if, are you fine with another attorney, a private attorney?
No, I mean, that's fine.
All right, see if a private attorney can take care of that. Mac takes too long with regards to that.
Yeah.
All right. So, sir, my understanding is that all the discovery has been received and offer has been tendered. I'm going to set this for a plea deadline date, and it's going to be set for a plea deadline date in 45 days. The immigration attorney should have have given you advice at that time. What I can tell you for your charges, you're going to get deported if there's a plea on an aggravated robbery. If you go to jury trial and you're convicted, you're getting deported. Those are the rules on aggravated robberies and violent offenses. So what's a 45-day reset? All right, we're going to come back on May 29th. All right, thank you.
Continue.
You too. And counsel, the attorney for that.
Judge, I was texting her.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.